Well, hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing why following your passion as an artist, no matter what, is essential to building your dream art business, and what's going to happen if you don't. Now, don't forget to stay right to the end too, because I'm going to be showing you for the first time my 3 new paintings. They're not quite finished, but they're nearly there, in a brand new collection for my brand new art business, and I'm super excited and I hope you enjoy looking at them. So stay right to the end for that. Hello, in case we haven't met, I'm Sophie, artist, teacher and art business coach, helping artists just like you to make more sales by building a profitable art business. And all whilst sharing my own personal journey of starting my own brand new art business just 1 month ago. Now, if you've watched my previous videos where I've begun sharing that art journey using my own Art Biz resource, my Art Biz success path, then you'll know that I'm still right at the very beginning. And I've been working on 3 things that I talked about in that first video. And if you haven't watched those videos, don't worry, I'll link to them below this one. So I've been working on 3 things that I talked about in that very first video. That's re-establishing myself as a painter, creating a small collection, a body of work, and building a solid business plan with clear goals, stepping stones, and some accountability for myself. Now, I think I've cracked the first one. I'm working on that second one, and up next definitely is completing on the third one. However, last week I spoke about my idea to focus first on some workshops, and the idea being that if I do workshops, that's going to give me a more stable, reliable income rather than starting out with the paintings. And then I hit a bit of a roadblock. I came up with 3 workshops that I really loved the idea of. They were really in my ballpark, and I started fleshing one out. How would it look? How would it work? I started doing the work myself, and I realized that I had some practical issues. I'm like, oh, where are people going to put all these wet paintings? Where's this going to work? How's that going to work? Well, that paint runs out in 5 minutes. How's this practically going to work? And it was almost like it was meant to be. I thought, these are great workshops, but these are really not right now, because what was eating away at me underneath was the little voice in my head that was going, you just need to be painting. Sophie, you just need to paint. This is almost another procrastination strategy. This is not a stability. Now, I have a bit of a high risk profile, so I'm not somebody that is going to work for the stability first. I'm probably someone who's just going to go all in with the passion. That's me. That's how I built my first art business. I left my job, I painted, I went straight into exhibiting, and I sold straight away. And so perhaps, this was, the workshops are great, and I love teaching. I love the energy of workshops. It's wonderful. But I've decided that I'm just going to put them on the back burner for now. Like, I've done some practical working through. I can see how they would work. I can see there's some hurdles I need to overcome. And ideally, I'd like to put all 3 into a 5-day retreat. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put that in a notebook away for now. So whilst I do enjoy doing all of that, just like I said, that little voice just kept saying, get back to the painting, Sophie, get back to the painting. And that's precisely what I did. Now, I always advocate you must do what absolutely lights you up. What is your passion? What is your driving force? And if you're sitting here watching us thinking, I'm doing the thing that is sensible rather than the thing I really want to do, then this video is really speaking to you, I really hope. Now, here's a caveat. I do also say, if you're starting a business, you need another income stream while you're starting the business. Now, obviously, I have that with all of this and the courses and coaching that I offer. So I have another income stream. So I'm in that lucky place. I don't have to go out and get a job. But if you are in that place, you're in the startup, you're saying, Sophie, where's the income coming? You must have a side income while you start a business, because it can take you a year before you become profitable, right? And you don't want to be stressed over money. You want to be in a good place. So assuming those boxes are ticked, you must do what lights you up. You must do what lights you up. What is your passion? So for those of you that are watching that are doing that, I ought to do this over here so that I can do this over here, let that be a job. Just go do something part-time to bring in the money so that you can say yes to the passion. Here's what's going to happen if you don't follow your true passion. You can get really demotivated really fast, right? You find that things just don't go well because you're not in flow. There's always a stumbling block. There's always a challenge, right? It just gets you down. You can resent what you're doing because at the end of the day, you're not doing what really lights you up. You're doing something thinking it's taking you on the way to the thing that you love. I'll just do this for now before I do the thing that I really love. Right? And ultimately, you might just give up on your dreams. You know, I've met so many artists saying, oh, I can't make money at my art, so I'll go and do this instead. It's like you can make money from your art. You really do have to have that income stream. You have to start a business. You want to plan. You want to know where you're going. You want to understand how that all works. And you want to do what lights you up. Now, the moment I became crystal clear on that decision, the paintings just flowed. And I started from nothing. Literally, I think I've worked on these for maybe 3 days. And it was like I couldn't stop it. And that's how it needs to be. That's how it wants to be. And I'm dreaming color palettes. I'm dreaming compositions. And that's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for you as well. So no matter how scary it might feel, focus on the one thing that lights you up, and you can add the others on. Now, you know in my plan, if you were watching the previous videos, that my 3 things were original art, prints, and workshops. And they definitely work brilliantly. So now I'm just focusing on the original art first. Likely the prints will actually come next, because once you've got the originals and you take photos, it's pretty easy to make prints. So I'll probably do that next. And then that workshop that might end up a 5-day retreat, yummy, can come third. And that's great. What a great business. So after last week, I've moved away from procrastination, and now I'm into massive action. And I just couldn't be happier. These workshops are great, but they're not going anywhere. And I've made notes. I'll come back to them a year from now, 2 years from now. But you can do the same thing too. If you are that creator and you come up with all these different things, write them in the notebook. Make sure you've got all your thoughts down on paper and put them away. Maybe make a diary reminder to get that notebook out in a year's time and have a look at it. See if it's relevant now. So like I said, I'm in creation mode, and the next thing I'm going to be working on is solidifying my own artist business plan. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to finish these 3 paintings. So by end of next, I mean, they're pretty much finished, but I've got some other things to do today. I've got a workshop that I'm running from my previous kind of weaving world. So I'm doing that tomorrow. So I need to put my studio back. But so for next week, I'm going to have those 3 paintings finished. I'm going to have them high resolution photographed, and I'm going to have that open studios that I wanted to do, and I'm a week early for that, for the date, so I'm going to submit for that open studios. And then behind the scenes, I am going to start putting together a really simple website, because on the open studio application they ask if you've got a website, and I've got a Shopify site sitting in the background that I can now kind of bring to life. So I'm going to see if I can just maybe even have 1 page. So if you're at that position where you submitting for something, you're asked for a website, you don't need to build a 5-page website right now. You can have just 1 page that has some basics on. Now, I do have other videos on websites, so again, I will put links to those if you're interested in what website platform to use, and you're interested in how to work a website, then I will put links to those videos below this one. Okay, I think it's time to look at those paintings now. They're not finished, there's still a little bit of work to do, but what I'm wanting to do is I want to get to that place where they're still alive, they're still fresh, and they're finished, but they're not over painted. I think I definitely put my hand up to some massive over painting in the past, and I want to keep these under the 10-hour mark per painting so that I've got a viable product. You know, at the end of the day, we're running a business, and somebody once said, if you want to sell more art, paint more paintings. And I love that, and it's in my mind. So thank you for following my journey. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. All right, let's take a look at these paintings now. This is a bit daunting. Okay, so here's the first one, and I will just do them a little bit better on the screen. So this one, as you can see, is florals. Sophie's not painted florals before, and it's very exciting. I think it's also a little bit cathartic. Just gone through a breakup, and I feel like I need something fresh and new and vibrant. I've always loved still lifes, and so in I went. Now these are still semi-abstract, they're still my style. I haven't really palette knifed yet. I've done a little bit of palette knifing over here, but at the end of the day, I had this color palette I wanted to work with, and these are kind of made up flowers. And so I've worked on this composition. So that was the first one. Now I fiddled around with this a lot more than I want to be doing for next images, because I was still working things out. And now I figure that I've got a bit more of a process that I'm happy with, which no doubt I'll share at some point. And then here's a bigger one. This one I really love. And again, it's not finished, but I don't really want to take it too much further. because I don't want to overpaint it. So that's the second one. And then the one that I started yesterday, the day before yesterday, tried to work on with my grandson here. That didn't really work. It's got a bit stiff, so I'm really hoping to loosen it up, but it actually has some references from my past. This is a Moroccan pot that actually is over there in the studio. This will be, once the pattern's on, is a Moroccan bowl that I had from, when I was a little bit younger. I married a Moroccan, in case you didn't know why I have such beautiful children. And that's even a reference chair from the kitchen, and 3 pots that I have on the shelf over there. And these are very much my colour palette, again, from previous very happy memories. So I can't wait to keep going with those, follow that through, and so more florals will be coming along, and more still life, more florals, that sort of theme. So again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, follow the journey, and we'll get back onto Instagram as well. I've been really focused on doing this, and the social media strategy's kind of gone a little bit by the wayside, which is fine. This is much more important than any of that stuff. So thank you, and I'll see you on another video. Bye.